Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to showcase the different games that I love playing on the Polycade that use the joystick that we have here, the flight stick, and also the spinner and push and pull spinner that we have right here. Obviously, there's most of these games are going to be main games and stuff like that that I've added on here. I don't think there's too many games out there that I know of that are on Steam that you can use a flight stick with or a push and pull spinner. But if there is, and I don't know of any, please leave those comments down below. Maybe we can do a part 2 on this video and stuff like that. A lot of us have been talking in the Discord, and it doesn't seem like there's that many of those. But if there is, and it's not on this list, then definitely leave those comments down below so we can try them out and let other people know that there's games out there that can use these controls on Steam as well. But for today, we're going to be concentrating a lot on main games, showing off what they can do, showing off these two controls, me talking about one of the downsides of this controller board that they came out with that, hopefully they come out with a different version of it in the future for a reason we'll get into during the video. But I'm excited to show this off. Like I said, the Polycade for me was all about playing games with these unique controls that you can only play on the Polycade with the hot swappable controllers. As you can see, I took out the big one and I have this here. You could add the cup holders on the side, but I didn't feel like taking them out right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
All right, guys, so here we are on the main menu here. Let's go ahead and higher the volume just a little bit here. Take out the keyboard. You can see you use this to move around. So you can move around the menu system with this. We're going to go ahead and start right at the very top with some Afterburner. So one of the things that I was alluding to in the intro there that, is unfortunate with this flight stick that they have is that this is a directional flight stick. So in other words, you can only move left, right, up, down. It's not a true analog stick where you can move it all the directions. And that makes some of these games a lot harder to play than they would be if it wasn't a D-pad configuration where you're going left, right, up, down. Some games are fine with it, and some games are better than others, but just know that. So I hope that they release an analog stick one day. I know that they said that it would be expensive if they did, but I'd be fine if whatever they need to do to get one on here as another control option would be awesome, because then we have one that's directional for the games that maybe are better suited, and then other ones with the analog stick, which would be better in my opinion. But let's go ahead and start this coin. All right, so here we go. Fire button is the back button here. So you can see it works pretty well for playing this game. Besides the fact that I'm terrible. Throw some missiles. And I got shot. Right down into the water. Almost got hit again. This game's super fun though. Regardless of my skill level. And I just got destroyed. But yeah, we're not going to spend too much time on each game because we got some games to get through. But that is Afterburner. It works well. Afterburner 2 is very similar, and it's on here as well. And that would be a great one to play. Next one we have here is Arkanoid. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Arkanoid. It plays really well on here as well. And of course, we use a spinner for this. There we go. Jesus Christ. You could, of course, adjust the sensitivity in the MAME settings for these games if you want to, even though I think it's pretty good right now, but I'm just saying. You can if you want to. Jeez, I am terrible. All right, guys, so you definitely didn't come here for gameplay right now. It's hard to play this stuff on camera when you think you're going to be good, and then you end up being terrible. And I just made myself smaller because I took that like an idiot. But yeah, Arkanoid is fun. Reminds me of the days of playing a game like this when I was a kid. Super fun. Like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on each game, just to be able to go through a bunch of them, but Arkanoid plays really well on here and plays great with the spinner. Next one we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look here. Disc of Tron. That's a really good one to play, especially with the push and pull spinner. Disc of Tron's always a fun game to play. Use the, you can see the back there is using the spinner. Got him. Damn, I already got hit. Terrible. Block that. This is level 1 too. This is terrible. Got him. There we go. But yeah, this works well with the controls, the guy moving around and stuff. With the direction works fine. It's fun to play. Controls well. I think this game is super fun and super addicting. Oh, even though I'm terrible. Forgot, you gotta get hit twice on this one. Ooh, almost got hit. Ooh! Oh, how did that not hit him? I don't know how we got away from that. Going some back and forth here. Come on. Ah, no, I wasn't paying attention to that. But either way, you guys get the point. Disc of Tron works really well. Another great one to play on here. Forgotten Worlds is another great one to play on here as well.
Did you find the guy?
Okay, a great side-scrolling shooter that you can play. Plays great with this. Really fun game as well. You see, it's responsive, and it's just that, you know, like I said, you only got 4 directions, but it is responsive. You could use the spinner to move the direction of where your shooting is going, of where your gun is if you want to. And I lost. But yeah, really fun game as well to play on here with the controls. We also got Echo Fighters, the same exact style of game here. This one's also fun. Echo Fighters, again, works really well. Again, you could use the analog stick to move back and forth, the flight stick, and then you could use the spinner to kind of move around where you're actually pointing. Oh, damn it. But yeah, this one's also fun as well. That's some Echo. Oops, forgot to exit. So we can exit that. And let's go on to the next one. Next one we have here is Mad Planets. There we go. Again, you can use the... I'm terrible. You could use the spinner to change direction on where you're shooting. And then move around with the joystick here. And he hit me dead on as I was trying to move around. Jesus. The skill being displayed right now is insane. And I run right into him. Jesus. Anyway, that was a quick one. Mad Planets. But that's fine, because like I said, we're trying to go through a bunch of these. We got Major Havoc here. Moving around here with the, you can move around with the spinner and then use the fire button. Of course, you can adjust these controls if you need to. And you got to dock, and then you got to run. And you could jump. Right here. Oh, no! Damn it. Jump. Jump. Oh. But yeah, Major Havoc is also really fun on here, despite my skills in showcasing these games. That's another one that you can play on here. Major Havoc is not a game I grew up with, so I've only discovered that one recently, which is the reason why I'm terrible at it. At least I have an excuse for that one. You got Return of the Jedi, of course, on here. This one is challenging to control for sure. Not that it's unplayable, but it definitely is pretty challenging. But it is fun. I mean, we all know how good this game is.
I will deal with them myself.
Go for help. I see them. Wait for me.
So you got to use these and not run into trees and stuff. Shoot. Oh man, and I already got right. Like I said, and then you got to shoot the enemies on screen as well, without running into these trees. This probably serves itself better with an analog stick for sure, as opposed to a digital one, like or a directional one with a D-pad, like you guys are seeing here. Oh, I ran right into that. I almost ran into that again. No, right into that tree. But yeah, this one's really fun. It's just a little harder to control just because of that D-pad, but you can get used to it and you can still have a ton of fun playing it. It's just, you know, like I said, the analog stick would definitely prove to be useful on something like that. Next one we have here is Space Harrier. This is a fun one to play as well.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Space Harrier is a great game. This one does perform pretty well with the directional. Come on now.
Get ready.
And it's so much better than playing with an analog stick. So I'm happy to have this be able to be played the right way. I am garbage. And I run right into that. I'm going to just call it how I see it. But anyway, Space Harrier, another good one. It's a play on here. Tempest is, of course, a great one to play with the spinner here that a lot of people love. we're going to do novice because I can't even handle that. But basically move around and then use this to kill them as they come up using the spinner. There we go. So this is a great one to play. Really fun and addicting game to play with the joystick and the spinner. So much better than a joystick. Got me. But yeah, Tempest is really fun, so that's another good one to play that you guys can play on here for sure. The original Tron is, of course, one that you would want to play on here as well. We're playing the tank one here. Trying to destroy your enemy. He's coming. All right. So yeah, Tron's a fun one to play on here as well. And then we have Warlords, one of my favorite games with the spinner. This is a fantastic game to play. One of my favorite games, period. Where you basically take the spinner and I'm over here as one of these and you have to go ahead and not lose. As the ball gets thrown out and you're basically defending your castle. Ooh, that came out fast. Out of nowhere. So yeah, the spinner works great. The spinner is really, really good. Going around, trying to hit them. Like I said, defending your castle. And eventually more balls will get thrown out and it will get chaotic as hell where there'll be like 2 or 3 balls rolling all over the place. And you'll try to be the last one standing with your castle pieces as you try to hit the inside of that castle to destroy someone. You're coming at me, aren't you? Yeah, you felt it. You're coming at me too, aren't you? You could use the button there to throw that if you catch it like in a slow motion. Oh, he threw it right back at me. But yeah, Warlords is really good. It's one of my favorite games to play with the arcade sticks. It's really, really fun. All right, guys, so those are all the games that I wanted to show you here today as far as the games that I'm playing right now on my Polycade that involve the spinner and directional joystick. Like I talked about, the spinner works fantastic. The joystick works, but it is directional. So it's like a D-pad that's being used as opposed to a true analog stick. Maybe they'll create one in the future. I know some people have already talked about it. They said it would be expensive, but hey, hopefully they give us the option and we'll be able to play some of these games a little bit better. Because like I said, Star Wars is pretty hard to actually control. I didn't even show it off because it needs an analog stick. And, you know, there's a couple other ones. You can get around it for the most of the games that I just showed and it will play just fine. But an analog stick will definitely be better in some of those games. But overall, all those games that I just showed you now play really well and are a lot of fun and a lot better than playing with a regular joystick like I was doing before, or maybe not playing them at all because they just don't control well with the joystick. So I'm super happy, even if it is a D-pad, that I now have a flight stick, and we'll see what they come out with in the future. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys have other games that I should put on here, whether it's MAME releases that are fantastic or whether it's Steam games that may work well with a spinner and a joystick that I don't know about yet, make sure you leave those comments down below so we can go ahead and add it and maybe make a part 2 to this. And thank you guys for watching. Till next time.